What's good, Big Blue family? Welcome to Big Blue Reborn, where we talk real New York Giants football. No fluff, no corporate takes, just honest breakdowns and real standards. I'm Milton. I'm here with my cousin Ethan, and we got an action-packed episode for you this week. Look, I
Yes,
apologize.
sir.
We came a little bit late this week. We had some birthday shenanigans this week, but we're back in the
Mm,
building. As of right
yeah.
now, I definitely want to say I appreciate all you guys watching. If you are here and you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button,
Yeah.
and let us reach a few more Giants fans so that we can keep it moving, man. But
Yes, sir.
that being said, this week, rolling into the Big Blue check-in, we're gonna cover the OTAs. The OTAs. We're just gonna cover it as a whole since they're done. We got our veteran camp coming up this coming week on starting on Monday. Mandatory. So if they don't show up, they about to get some fines.
Yep.
So we're gonna see all of our
Yeah.
players in the
There's
building
gonna be some issues.
now. We're gonna see all of our players in the building now. But as far as the OTAs, man, Ethan, how you feeling? What you thinking about the OTAs as a whole, man? We got a whole culture shift.
We got we got some positives, we got some negatives, a lot more positives than negatives. And
Yeah.
I'm enjoying everything that's going through the OTAs. First off, we gotta start off with the leader on offense, Jackson Dart. He's been looking pretty good. He's showing encouraging development in this Matt Nagy offense. And it's just looking good. He's, reaching out to his targets from Malachi Fields, Isaiah Likely, Calvin Johnson, and don't forget Theo Johnson. All of them have been getting you know, some good reps with him, and that's encouraging for the season.
Cal
Um,
Calvin Austin.
Calvin Austin, I said Calvin, my
Yo, you
bad.
had me going for a
Woo!
second. I was like, "What did he say?"
Yeah, I said that a little too
Hold on.
fast. Yeah, nah,
I
Calvin
got
Johnson
you. Yeah,
came out of
so
retirement just to play with Jackson Dart, dog.
yeah, I was like, "Hold on, bro. When we sign him? Hold on." Odell, Calvin Braxton, and
All
JuJu,
right, my
bro.
bad, my bad, my bad. Appreciate you
Nah,
for
nah.
picking up my slack, cuz.
I got you now. I'm with you.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, Jackson Dart's been looking pretty good with the offense. He's showing off his arm, and he's looking stronger and better every day. And I'm glad to hear that. It's making it's being encouraging to see that he's playing better. And
Yeah.
now that he has some more weapons around him in this wide receiver room, it can only go up from here. The rookie class is making some noise. Arvell Reese, Colton Hood, Malachi Fields, everyone's making some plays, showing why they were in the top half of the draft class to be drafted, especially Arvell Reese he's just always all over the field making plays. If there was tackling allowed in this stuff, Arvell Reese would have made so many plays.
Yeah.
Um, we don't even know how it would have just changed just from tackles or coverage, maybe some forced fumbles, things like that. So Arvon Reese is all over the place. Colton Hood has generated turnovers and earned praise, so that's good. And I'm glad he's showing that confidence now against our wide receiver core. I can't wait till we get to the preseason so we
Yeah.
can really see what he starts to be able to do against other teams.
Other
And
players, yeah.
Malachi Field has just been showing impressive hands and catch point ability, and showing people that he has the size and ability to make a plays. Um, our defense is ahead of the offense. This what it appears to be as far as reports, and that's good because a great defense wins championships. So we can start showing that dominance on defense to make it easier for the offense. More turnovers, more possessions for the offense. More three and outs. It's going to be a great thing for our offense. So I'm really glad to hear that. Um, Andrew Thomas has been cited on the field, getting some reps. It's good to have Andrew Thomas out there. I know he had a couple of days off for the his foot, and just a veteran rest, and it's just good to have him out there. Just getting him comfortable. He usually doesn't play all the season, but when he actually is there, he's
You know,
literally one of the top 5 in the NFL at his position. So I'm glad to have Andrew Thomas back on the field.
yeah.
Um,
I'm glad to see they taking the lead,
and
to be honest.
excuse me.
I said, I'm glad to see they taking it easy on him too. Look, if anybody needs to be pushed, I get pushing everybody, but shoot, just
Mhm,
put some, yeah, give my man some pillows to walk on, because you know his ankles is bad.
mhm. Yeah.
Like, help my man out. See him through a whole season with Dart.
Exactly, exactly. So, let's keep Andrew Thomas, his the thing is with Andrew Thomas, even if he misses time and he doesn't do everything, like if the mandatory vets when they're supposed to be there, if he's there and he's not doing as much practice, he's already shown he doesn't need to do. He does all the little things right. So when it's prime time, game time, he's still top five always. Even from his rookie year, towards the end of the rookie year, he started doing good, and ever since then, he's been amazing. Every single game's in. So he's already shown that he doesn't necessarily need to do the small things with everybody else because when he shows up, he always shows up,
Oh
and
yeah,
and
oh,
that's a great left tackle to have.
that's
Watching
an
Dart's
anchor right there.
blindside.
He's an anchor.
So I'm really glad we locked him up for a long time, and he's here. And then the culture change as far as Harbaugh. Harbaugh, it's noticeable. People are being more consistent, more the coaching staff's getting more demanding more of them. A better competitive environment, especially that wide receiver core. Um, it just seems like everybody has more energy and a more accountability, accountability. So it's just a good, refreshing thing to see for our team to really be locked in and doing the things that we need to do to show that we're accountable and it's gonna pay dividends throughout the season.
We're
So
gonna see it. We're
and
gonna see it.
I got some negatives and some other stuff. I don't know if you want to go ahead and tell us what you got on OTAs.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I didn't. I have five major points that I brought up, and that's through
Okay.
a whole camp, through all of the OTAs. Like, I got five major points, and then we can get
Hmm.
into the negatives and things of that nature. Like, the main thing you just ended on it. I'll start with it. The culture shift.
Yep.
That's one of the biggest
Yeah.
takeaways. The atmosphere in the building. Um,
Hmm.
Harbaugh consistently emphasizes accountability, discipline, urgency, and attention to detail. So, throughout all of the OTAs, his main points will always, I'm not I'm not really concerned about you winning your reps. I'm concerned about you getting it down and making it perfect. So he wants to make sure that the small details are stressed about now, and he's starting that early.
Hmm.
So he started that
Yeah.
back at rookie minicamp. So I really love to see that. Um, that's why we're getting that opposite feeling of that country club feeling no more. It's no club day ball no more. We got
Yeah.
Harbaugh out here making these guys work hard.
Hmm.
The second thing, Jackson Dart being developed, not rushed. They're not trying to make him like a highlight machine for OTAs. They're trying to make sure that he's getting his mechanics down. He's able to uh make better reads downfield. He's able to make faster decisions. So that way, when we get into the game time,
Hmm.
he's up and moving. We're not taking, just like you were saying in one of our past episodes, you're not taking him 4, 5 seconds for him to get that ball out. It's drop back and boom, that ball's gone, or drop back and
Right.
scat's already gone. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
we're gonna see like his development is going to progress us or catapult us, I would say, to the next era.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah.
no, three,
Catapult.
rookies are being pushed hard. Like I said, Harbaugh's going to use all the time that he has available for him to be able to practice and train. He already said for his mandatory camps coming up, you get 2.5 hours to practice. Guess what? They practice in 2.5 hours. You get 3 days to do it. Guess what? We're practicing all 3 days. Well, back in the day, day ball
Yep.
would be like an hour the first day and maybe 45-minute walk through the next day, and then the third day they got that day off. Because
Right.
I get it, but it's very nonchalant, and that's why we showed up the way we showed up, where they couldn't finish
Hmm.
games, missed tackles, you
Right.
know, people looking
Hmm.
tired or done by the third quarter and things of that nature. So he's definitely changing that.
Yep.
Um, Number four, the injury prevention. One of my
Yep. I
favorite
like
things
that.
so far, right? We had those three Achilles that went down, right? Interview comes
Mhm.
up with Harbaugh. They ask Harbaugh, like, "Hey, man, they say you have some intense coaching sessions. Your practices are pretty intense. Like, what's the situation with the Achilles? Do you feel it's your practices, or what are you planning on doing?" And he responded immediately, like, "Look, I don't know. If it's something that we're doing, we're looking into it. We're purchasing new equipment. We're getting new tools so that way we can verify and make sure we can um check all of our players
Right.
now to try to get in front of these
Mhm.
tendon issues and things of that nature." So he's making it a point, a problem that we see arising, he's nipping it in the bud as soon as it comes up. Not gonna be something that we have to deal
That's
with in
good.
September, October. He's like, "Shoot, let's deal with it
Mhm.
now. Get these machines, get everybody tested, see where your tendons are at, make sure that we don't have no more, tears going forward." So his mental on problem, fix it.
Yeah.
And there's
Right.
no
There
like
you
there's
go.
no sputter in between. Should we do this now? No. If there's a problem, fix it. Gunnar Olszewski went down,
Mhm.
right? What happened? We signed three
Yeah.
receivers the next day or 2 days after that. You like
Right,
he's
yeah.
like we lost the defensive tackle, and he signed a defensive tackle the next day.
Roy
Another one.
Robertson Harrison.
So like
Mhm.
if there's a problem, he goes and he tries to fix it
It's
immediately. And that's how it's
yeah.
supposed to run. So I'm really happy about that. And then the
Mhm.
last thing that I put was Harbaugh trying to instill, the Giants representing New York again. So after they finished the OTAs, he took them
Yeah.
to the 9/11 museum and just trying to
Mm.
show them what it means to represent New York. So to me,
Right.
Harbaugh is on a mission to build that team camaraderie to make sure that like when we get to the beginning of the season, these guys are riding for each other. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm 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 enjoying watching this new era build. I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like when we get to like game situations. Because right now everything looks great.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I
yeah,
think the
exactly. And we're just becoming he's building that camaraderie. This team is getting closer together. You don't take a team to like that's special. The 9/11 memorial, like things like that, it's stuff like that that make people realize like how tough the city is, what the
Mhm.
city has been through, what you're really representing, the people that have been here before you. Um, one of New York is one of the greatest franchises. New York Giants, one of the greatest franchises in all of football. So understanding like what the people have been through, it probably resonated with the team, and I'm sure it's going to pay dividends as far as resilience through the season, no matter what happens,
Yep.
ups, downs. We're just going to keep looking forward and playing good ball. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yep.
Um,
Before we
just,
get
but
to
we
the
do have some negatives.
Yeah, before
Hmm?
before we get into those negatives, right? I say
Oh, what's up?
as a whole, the biggest OTA
Hmm.
winners to me,
Okay.
I think the name that I heard the most was Abdul Carter. I heard
Ooh, okay.
Abdul Carter and like every
Hmm.
report that I read, if you go like day by day, you can see a beat
Yeah.
writer something about Abdul every day during the OTAs. Even though we're not in pads just yet, like the
Yeah.
his and
His
his
presence is felt.
that they see, they're like, "Yo, Abdul is coming into himself. He's gonna be a problem." So he's my OTA winner, and then of course,
Hmm.
Arvo Reese. Like, we gotta see him in some
Yes.
pads, man, but dude, they're
He's
saying, like, him in coverage, he looks like a
yeah.
different type of animal, man, so I'm excited about those
Hmm.
2. Those are my winners on defense. Jackson Dart and, Theo Johnson were actually discussed a lot in a lot of the reports that I read too, so
Yeah.
those are, like, my winners right there.
Yeah, because and that's good, man. I'm glad that on offense it's Jackson Dart. It has to be Jackson Dart. Um, I mean, for any of the everybody else, all of the skill positions, if they're doing well, Jackson Dart has to be doing well, and him coming along makes the world of difference for our team. Like you said, he's being developed and not rushed.
Mhm.
Him getting through those reads and him understanding the offense makes things just simpler for everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And on defense, yeah, those winners definitely have to be our defensive linemen. I wish I would hear more about our corners, but right now with these passing skeletons, is more designed for the offense.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Until we get the pass rush going against the offensive line, where these corners can, press and have less time to cover, then
Yep.
we'll probably hear some more stuff with this and rotating coverages and people disguising things like that. And trying to bait the quarterback into throws that he shouldn't make.
Right.
That'll happen later on, but I'm glad to hear that Abdul Carter and Arvo Reese are making plays because they're our first picks for the past 2 years, and players like that we have to hit on those, and those guys have to be
They
I
got
want them to be all pros.
they have to contribute. They have to.
Exactly. They have to contribute, and even more than just contribute, they have to be standouts in
Yeah.
almost every other game.
Yeah.
If it's not Abdul Carter getting a sack or two, it's Arvo Reese making several plays, tackle for loss, whatever it may be. But we'll see during the season how that goes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just happy to hear that it's those names, the ones we just drafted, that are making plays.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
we do have some unfortunate, some negatives. We gotta keep it real with the team. Um, the injuries, as far as wide receiver injuries, Malik Nabers, Darius Slayton, Gunnar Oslowski, they all dealt with injuries. I'm glad that we re-signed some people, but this makes me think, like, how serious are the injuries to Malik Nabers and Darius Slayton that we had to bring in some more people? Like, I get the
Yeah.
gunner being out for the rest of the year, so we brought in Braxton Berrios, who gives us that also special teams value. But then, that opened the door as well for Odell and JuJu Smith-Schuster to be on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all happy to have Odell Beckham on the team. I probably was the one who was saying, "Oh, let's not have Odell on the team unless somebody got hurt." Well, somebody got hurt, and now Odell's here.
Yep.
Um, so it's a great thing. Um, More of the football side of it, as far as him only being a wide receiver and giving us. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything else. He's not going to be on kickoff or punt return or kick return or anything like that. So he's literally just a wide receiver, and I don't see him
I
like
mean, look,
blocking. So
I'm gonna keep it at that wild with you. I don't know
go ahead.
if anybody has been watching the interviews and watching like his
Hmm.
workouts
What
and
he's been saying.
all off the field and like his mental towards the game right now.
Hmm.
He might fuck around and go play special teams, man. He doesn't sound like. I mean, I know Odell. I know what we're talking about. And again, we're not talking about every
Yeah.
special teams play, but he sounds hungry. He sounds like
Mm.
he's here to prove something. Like it's. I'm not telling you he's going to be wide receiver 3 or 4, but I definitely think he's
Right.
going to get signed. He's going to make the 53. I definitely feel like he's going to make the
Off
50.
of pure talent, I think
I
so
think
too as well.
I think in comparison to a lot of the other receivers that are there, a lot of people are sleeping on him,
Mhm.
thinking that his old ass can't do what he's supposed to do. He didn't play it all last year. The only thing he was doing was making sure his body was in shape for this
Sure, his
particular
body.
moment. So if Harbaugh said
Mhm.
that he looks better than he did now than he did at Baltimore, Harbaugh saying that right now, and he's like, "Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
a no-brainer. Like he looks
Mhm.
healthier than he was last time I signed him to a roster, and he's a year older."
Right.
So
So,
I
I
think I
mean,
don't think he's gonna
just
concern
training a
him.
year off probably does well. Did well.
I, we're gonna see.
So,
We're gonna see. Again, we all talking
so,
about them no pads and everything like that. So
right, yeah, we're gonna see when the pads get on. So things will change. Let's just finish up with these negatives.
yeah, yeah.
The kicking game. We released Jason Sanders as kicker.
Yes.
Um, so we've the kicking game has been looking shaky. Um, Ben Sauls had a rough OTA, missing several field goals. Um, we have some time to improve on the kicking game. I'm sorry, Ben Sauls. That's the Dominic Zavada, team's
Zavada,
punter and kicker
I
and stuff.
I think Zavada's gonna win the battle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's good. A young guy that allow him to grow with the team. But hopefully we can still have a vet in the pot, in the mix in
Yeah,
case of anything because we don't want those kicking issues. That's the last thing to happen. So, them getting rid of Jason Sanders is like, okay, they feel confident in Dominic Sabata. So we'll go from there. And then just the defensive tackle depth.
yeah,
They haven't put on pads and aren't going against offensive linemen, but we have yet to see how it's going to be now that Roy Robinson Harris is gone and is going to be Darius Alexander. That defensive tackle depth, it's just a question mark above it. I'm not
it,
saying it's bad right now.
it,
We don't have pads, but
I think the defensive tackle room is our shakiest room. So I agree with you.
yeah, exactly. So I
We
mean,
won't know until we see them in pads. We won't know until preseason to see what kind of pressure we're gonna.
mhm,
So it's gonna be tough because again, I who was it? DJ Reader apparently got the second most double teams in comparison to Dexter Lawrence. He's right behind him, right?
yeah.
So
So that's a
essentially
beautiful thing.
the pressure we should still be able to get those double teams here, which allow Abdul and Burns to eat. But
Hmm.
it's all a matter of how it works with Wilson's, scheme. We got to see how Wilson is going to
Right.
deploy them, what he plans on doing. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like when we have them in pads and we have all of them as a whole, like 11 on the field, and then we get to
Yeah.
really see like a good picture because right now it's just drills and making sure they can understand the assignment and study your playbook, but we're not really seeing much. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And then this just the last thing. It's not crazy, but there's a lot of names in the wide receiver room. We got Neighbors, Slayton. I mean, they're both not on the field right now, but
That's what
Mooney, Austin, Fields, JuJu, Beckham, Berrios, Hodgins. We got a lot of wide receivers. And what's crazy? Like a year or so ago, that we would have felt like the wide receiver room, besides Malik Nabers, it was like a weaker weaker position group because we didn't have that much depth. Now we have too much depth.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a good problem to have, but somebody's gonna have to get cut, and
Well, the
we're gonna leave some dust.
worst conversation about that is, we got almost 14 receivers, if I'm not mistaken, on the roster right now, and they're only gonna keep, let's say, 6 or 7.
Right, exactly.
6 is
So
probably that that
how the kids
that
do?
sweet area, right? Yeah, right, but I think if they keep that, 5 receivers are already guaranteed if Malik is not on the pup.
Hmm. All right. Let's. Who's guaranteed to have those positions? Let's say Malik Neighbors starts week one.
Let's say Malik starts with Malik Nabers, Mooney, um, Darius Slayton,
It's got it's got to be Slayton
Malachi Malachi
contractual
Fields.
reasons.
Malachi Fields has to
That's
make it because of the fact that they drafted him so
just
high.
right. Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure 5. I'm probably gonna put Calvin Austin there because of the special teams in my mind.
Connection with Dart so far,
You see what I'm saying? The
right?
way he's
So all
carrying.
right.
So now we only got 6
Mm-hmm.
or 7. 1 or 2
6 or 7.
for all those other people.
So and did you hold on? We said Neighbors, Slayton. Did you say Mooney?
Yes,
Mooney, Fields, Austin,
that's 5.
and then Beckham, maybe 6. Beckham
That's
or
that's what I'm
or
hoping.
JuJu. So
It's gonna be a
I
toss-up.
mean,
If Calvin Austin can play the special teams and he takes Gunnar
yeah,
Olszewski's position, then it's gonna be Beckham, and it's gonna be. I would love for us to keep Beckham and JuJu. If they're both healthy, I'd love for
right.
them to be the bottom 2.
And
JuJu do this the special teams.
right, and then throw Austin in like the punt return role kind of
Boom,
thing. He did it for Pittsburgh, so
boom. And then if they let's say they
all
go
right.
to the pup, then we have, I would bring Isaiah Hodgins.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the special. I'm not special teams.
Practice
uh practice squad. There you go. He's
squad,
going to be
yeah.
on the practice squad, so we'll be able to bring him up. He won't necessarily be on the team, but he's on the team. You know. So,
But I definitely know
all
I
right,
know
cool.
one thing, definitely off of the conversation we just had, that means that this number should be freed up.
Oh, 13, right? And that's funny you say that.
And we
That's
shouldn't
funny,
even have to
yo.
have that
Yo, when you
discussion
sent me the
about that
video,
number, bro.
yeah, you sent me that video of the dude ripping that dude's shirt off. Oh my God. The first time I seen it, I was dying, bro. But like,
Yo,
yo, I
let
was
me
like, yo,
tell you,
Odell better go get that 13. He
I
rocking the three
saw
now.
I saw that.
And I think that's
I
like a
hit the
tribute to like
replay.
Sterling Shepard.
I sent it everywhere, bro. I was like, no, everybody needs to see this because you already know what time it is.
Yeah, for real, dog. I was tearing. I was tearing up. I was at work tearing up. People like, what's so funny? Like, yeah, y'all ain't Giants fans. Y'all don't understand.
No, you don't get it.
But
You don't get it. All right.
you
So with
don't
that
get it.
being said, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but we're gonna make a transition. We'll slide into the Big Blue Spotlight. The Big Blue Spotlight. The Big Blue Spotlight this week. Of course, we already discussed it. Let's just welcome him home. We got
Mhm.
OBJ back in the building, signed to Big Blue. Finally gonna make his victory lap. Hopefully, like I said, he makes the
Mhm.
53 and we can see him. I don't need him. We're not expecting him to be the 2014, 2016. Throw the
Correct.
slant
Odell
and
Beckham.
take it to the end zone. Now, let me tell you something. Will I be wilding out like a little child if I saw Jackson Dart throw him a slant and he takes it to the end zone? I'm gonna lose my
Yeah.
mind if I see that at any point in
Oh
time.
my God.
Trust and believe I will lose it. But
Mhm.
like I said, that's not what I'm expecting. Again, I'm not saying
Yeah.
that coming in like that, like he can't play or anything like that, but I do expect him
Mhm.
to play a role. He's gonna be a role player.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be a very important piece in the locker room, especially because of the injury piece with Malik Nabers and being able to let him know, like, hey, it is possible for you to get back on this field. It's possible for you to get back into prime form as well. You
Mhm.
know, and being able to make the team at 33, there's nothing that none of them receivers in the room shouldn't be able to listen to. You know what I mean? Especially for him to be able to fight
Right.
back, not even playing last year. So that right there is amazing. Um, we also signed JuJu Smith-Schuster and Braxton Berrios. Um,
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
receivers, man, after Gunner went down. But it it
Mhm.
it it also piggybacks off of the conversation we were just having. I think with
Yeah.
all the injuries, Darius Slayton,
Yeah.
Malik Nabers,
Nigga.
Gunner going down, Harbaugh was just, "Look, we're gonna fill this room. So one, we can have a good
Mhm.
we can make sure that these receivers know the playbook, but on top of that, we'll have a big lot of receivers to choose from so that when we need to make this final roster, we got some good stuff to
Yeah.
work." So
Mhm.
it's interesting to see, but it also does
It's
raise
just
awareness to those it raises your eyebrow when you're looking at them on the injury list. Like, are we really gonna see Malik
mhm.
back at week 1? Do we wanna see Malik back at week 1? But the
Yeah.
main thing is, are these receivers gonna be able to contribute and make this roster with such a deep room?
Mhm. It's just tough. I mean, I was on this podcast saying that I didn't want OBJ back unless people got hurt, and these injuries are a little bit more significant than I guess than we thought. That's why he and JuJu Smith-Schuster and Braxton Berrios are here. But I'm glad that we did get vets like that. No, Odell Beckham Jr., the supreme talent, who whose route running is out of this world. He may not have that extreme burst that he used to, but he can definitely, put him on one with a number 2 or number 3 corner, and he's going to win that, 9 out of 10 times. And I'm happy to hear that and see that. Um, Juju Smith-Schuster, he's here. He's familiar with Matt Nagy's offense, which can help Jackson Dart with his progression as far as understanding the offense and being able to talk to them from a wide receiver's perspective and how Matt Nagy wants to see this offense go.
Yeah.
Um, and he also gives some slight special teams value, so that's a good thing there. He did do punt return on his rookie season with the Steelers, but he if somebody goes down and he has to be a gunner, he'll go out there and do that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have JuJu here, and then Braxton Berrios. He's in the slot just like JuJu. He probably is more quicker than fast, but he's definitely a good kick returner slash punt returner who can definitely make a move and make somebody miss and definitely get some good yards for us on the special teams value. Or if somebody were to go down in the season, it's good to have um a vet that understands what we want from him at those positions. So I'm glad to have all three of them here, especially Odell Beckham Jr. Looking at it, Odell is he's a different person. Now he has a son. He has had an interview and talking about with the son, saying that you don't want to be a quitter. You want to go back and try and finish the things that you started and
Mhm.
all those things. Coming as a leader, he knows that he's not the 20-something-year-old that, with the golden hair and taking sleds to the house. Even he can take a sled to the house, I won't be mad.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
just he just knows
I
where
think he's
he's
got a
at in
couple
life.
more. He's got a couple
Yeah,
more.
he probably still got a couple more in him because
Yeah.
when you get the ball and
Yeah.
like
I'm
things
telling
could be different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we if we see that, I hope if he scores a touchdown, and he does some type of Michael Jackson dance this season. I'm gonna be up
Bruh,
there dancing too, doing the moonwalk and everything. I'm telling you, bro. And I seen the Michael Jackson movie just recently. Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. But
that just a side note, I know this is a Giants podcast and everything, but, like, his nephew killed that shit. He did an
mhm.
amazing job.
Oh yeah.
The first time he stepped on the scene and he spoke, I had chills. I was like,
Mhm.
"Whoa."
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you don't make it to the theater, make sure you stream it. But that movie was fire. That
Yeah.
joint was amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. And yo, imagine if his nephew went on tour right now. Bruh, I'm out there. I don't care with the
I
ticket.
probably would.
Take my credit card. I'm going
Yeah,
to go see that.
probably yeah, that should be crazy. That would be crazy. I probably would too, though.
That would be crazy. But like, yeah, back to these wide receivers. Odell Beckham Jr. He can definitely show that mentorship because we got to think about it. He's the only person I think on this offense that has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
And he was on his way to be the Super Bowl MVP
What is
if
the
he
name of
doesn't get hurt in the
Yes,
Super Bowl.
yes, yes.
So,
Having an
you
amazing
know, he
so hype.
he
He's
he has he has the ability to really show everybody, not just we always saying like he's Malik Nabers, mentoring him, but Malachi Fields, you know, everybody else, Darnell Mooney, all these guys that are working to get better on their release packages, like Odell, a lot of his move, the way he moved back in like 2016 was off of his releases.
Yep.
And then when he got the balls, when he turned up.
Mhm.
So just expanding that release package to all these receivers, showing how he does things and how he can help them get open as far as within the first 2 to 3 steps
Yep.
might make the world of difference. Oh, we're getting more receivers wide open. Maybe he can help Darius Slayton vet to vet. You never know.
It's real
So,
talk. That's real talk.
Odell, he's good for a lot of different reasons. I just wish he had more special team value. But you're saying he was hungry, so and that may be a testament to his son, showing him that you got to do the little things
Gotta do
to
it.
get to where you want to be at. You know what I'm
I
saying? And
I think he's gonna do whatever Harbaugh asks him to do. I don't think it's gonna be a situation
mhm,
where he's coming in there where his ego's
because
big. I think he's gonna do whatever he needs to do for whatever position he gets put in. And I
because
think that's just what I hear from his interviews, and I don't think a lot of people are kind of acknowledging that. A lot of people are going into this thinking that we're still getting that same mentality from, 10 some odd years ago, 8 years ago or whatever. So
yeah.
I think he's gonna decide to do he's gonna do the right thing. He's gonna ball out.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just happy that he's here. And every interview that I've seen recently, he's just a whole new person. He's a good receiver, still a good receiver. He didn't do much last year at all because he just wasn't on a team. But him him being here is going to give a different aura. Um, if things the thing is, I just hope that once the season started, he makes the team. If he has to play in the preseason, is he going to play in the preseason? Is he going to do all those little things that need him to? Because if he's the third or fourth receiver, that's what you have to do. You got to make your name in the preseason. You know what I'm saying? So, is he going to be willing to do that all over again? So, is he willing? Is he if they run a crack toss just because Jackson Dart audible to it and it was supposed to be a passing play? Is he gonna come down on a linebacker and try to block him or at least getting in his way and do whatever he can
Yeah.
to So
Are we
it's things
down
like that. Yeah.
during preseason? Are we still at like 90 players, or have we already cut down?
No, they don't do that until I think they do cut down some from 90, but
Because I'm trying to
I'm
figure
not sure
out.
exactly when it is. I would
I'm
have to look
curious
at.
as to how they would play that, because I'm sure they wouldn't. If Odell was going to make the team, they would not have him playing the whole game for a preseason, even
Right,
though
I get what you're saying.
it
That's
would
true.
call it would cost.
Just from being a vet, he's been there,
Even
done
if
that.
you are fourth, because most of the time, fourth, fifth, sixth string is getting most of the burn for that game. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that would be
But
him. But
they've
there's no way they're gonna have him out there. Like if they're planning on him playing and contributing throughout the season, there's no way they're gonna have him out there the whole game.
Right,
You
but
know?
they've already had him doing reps with the ones. Jackson Dart's already been throwing them passes and stuff like that. So it's more or less like, is he coming along with the offense? And the thing is, I just hope they have like a special package for him.
Yeah.
Like, is specifically on second and long, this is the package for Odell. And he's going to be on for second and long and then third and short, you know? And that's it. And then on first down, and then if it's second and short, then it's a different package or whatever. But I feel like with um the offensive minds that we have, Matt Nagy, Greg Roman, we're gonna have enough chefs cooking to add a different amount of spice to each play or offensive drive that makes it work cohesively. Because even Jackson Dart said that we have a lot of offensive minds in here, and everybody's adding a little bit to it. So that's good. You
I
know.
I hope so.
Okay.
We're gonna see, man. It's just a
Yes,
matter of
sir.
weeks to 53, man. I'm excited. I'm excited though, because just
Mhm.
having this many people and honestly, with all the receivers that are on the team right now, I wouldn't really be upset with I mean, like, if Hyatt makes the team again over any of the receivers we just discussed, I'll have a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the
That's
only way Hyatt is making this
where
team,
I'll have an issue.
the only way Hyatt is making this team is if we have that Victor Cruz game in the preseason against the Jets. Like if he has a 3 touchdown game, 5 catches, a hundred and something yards, and it's just like, where was this the whole time? Was it the coaching? Because I mean, people could say that was probably the problem before, like the coaching, this and that. Maybe he didn't really feel like he had it, but like, oh, who knows? Maybe Odell being in the building helps him on his release package. Another year being in the NFL, getting that strength. Like, imagine if they kept Hyatt over Odell because Odell kind of measured him in the right way, help him get that release package up. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I mean, for real, they should just give that number up. Just be like, oh yeah, and Odell's.
I hope
Somebody got to ask that in the interview. You
like,
gonna take that 13 back?
dog, I'm just that's what I'm surprised nobody asked him that in the first interview. Like, I was expecting that question from somebody.
Like,
I was
I
actually
think
really nobody said anything about that
they,
number.
they didn't want to do Hyatt dirty.
They didn't wanna violate him. They were like, "Yeah, we already know Hyatt's not gonna make the team." So
Yeah, we know he's not gonna be here long.
oh, man. Hey, but other
Yeah.
than that, hey, anything else you wanna add on, JuJu or Berrios?
Nah, just Juju. I'm glad he has some special teams value, so makes him have a little bit more value, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hope like I said, I hope if we had to choose between those 3 and we were gonna sign 2 out of the 3, I apologize, but I want JuJu and Odell just because. Look,
Yeah,
Corvette and the quick slant, come on, we out here.
yeah,
But
yeah. That.
moving right
Mm-hmm.
along,
And
this week, the standard, the standard. Standard. The standard. The elephant in the room, we are going to address it. We touched on it a few minutes ago, but we're going to address the elephant in the room, man. Look, Malik Nabers. His knee don't look too good, man. Again,
yeah.
I can speak from experience. I tore my ACL and my meniscus on both sides. So I blew my knee out completely. And if I'm not mistaken, that is how they described his knee and the surgery that he had.
Mm-hmm.
Meniscus on both sides and his ACL. So I'm not in the NFL, so I don't know if I needed like corrective surgery to get complete mobility back because do know it's a little stiff sometimes. But
Mm,
from everybody that I've spoken to and everybody that everything that I've read, I should say that corrective surgery shouldn't be a thing that we harp on for it to be a negative thing. It should be something that we should be happy about because it should provide the mobility back.
right.
My issue,
It's just.
if we do not know, like right now as we sit here, if we do not
Mhm.
know he's playing week 1, why was he playing at that softball game?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I think he just had to be, he felt like he had to be out there for his teammates, show that camaraderie, be out there, and he felt like he wasn't going to do nothing crazy. Running to first base on a light jog shouldn't be nothing crazy, but how 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 he looked to everybody else was just like, dang, bro, you did not look like, like
That
you
didn't
could
look
just
good.
tell. Like, it was not he not all the way there, and it's just like, bro, we seen Cam Scatterable who darn near his leg went this way, his knee went that way, and he out there doing backflips.
Hit the home run and hit the back foot, yeah.
Yeah, and then you just had to jog to first base, and you just, like, slowing up like,
Mhm.
"Ah."
Mhm.
Maybe he did that because he seen the ball coming in or whatever, but I watched that video, like, almost, like, 50 times, and I'm just like, he just
It doesn't look good. He doesn't
ooh.
seem confident at all in putting weight on
Mhm.
it, and putting all of
Yeah.
it on it just yet and trying to run. So like that's the concern. And it also like you look at it as damn, they just signed all these receivers. Is the writing on the wall? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly, like that injury. And you know what's the worst thing about this injury is because, all right, year 1, he had a solid rookie year. Year 2, he gets injured, and now in year 3, he's recovering from that injury. So we're essentially losing him for almost 3 years because he got injured last year. This year, he's not gonna be 100%.
We wouldn't really we would
Maybe until closer to the end of the season, but it's not even just the physical aspect of it, it's the
man,
mental aspect of it. Hopefully we have, Odell can help him through that mental aspect of it. Only he can do the physical, but
that's why I
it's
want him on the team.
so and that's a good point. It's just rough for him because now in that year 4, if we extend him, then is he going to be asking for a new contract when you really haven't produced? You know what I'm saying? So this could cause more problems in the future because he feels like he knows the situation he is, the kind of receiver he is, and kind of contract he's going to deserve. Is he going to get that contract that he wants? Is if he was playing healthy all 3 years, 3 4 years? So I mean, it's a problem that we're gonna have to deal with later on, but we should probably start thinking about it now.
Uh,
Like when he does come back, will he even be as productive as we want him to be? Is he still gonna have that same movement, that same burst and things like that? Because after Odell got that injury, he wasn't the same. He's been a good receiver, but we don't think of him as that 2014, 2016 Odell taking slants to the house. And now that oh, Malik Nabers has that quarterback that can give him the ball in good spots, allow him to do things like take a slant to the house or, take a deep ball to the house or something like that. He won't have that same burst as he did when he first came into the league. So, it causes more problems, but who knows? He might come back like Adrian Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Like AP came back and won the MVP after his tear, but I know Malik Nabers was a lot more serious. So all
I
we can
would
do is just
I
wait and
would love
see.
it, but all we exactly, I was just about to say the same thing. All we could do
Yeah, all we can do is wait and see. I just hope he comes back and we're not really talking too much about Darius Slayton, but he hasn't been on the field. I hope that his injury or his recovery is coming along smooth. Um, But is he going to be the same guy when he comes back? These are questions that we have to start asking ourselves as real fans. Like we don't know. I mean, it's not like he was the greatest receiver when he was here. He was a solid number two. Then when we put him in
uncomfortable
the number, hmm?
uncomfortable conversations are gonna come up, and I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an uncomfortable conversation. I'm gonna start one right now, and I'm gonna tell you, like, ultimately, I don't really think Harbaugh cares. Not not in a don't take this
I'm sorry.
personally.
No, go
I'm
ahead. Go
not
ahead. It's just funny how you
that
said it.
sounded crazy as hell, the way I said
Yeah,
that.
I don't think he cares, bro.
Crazy as hell. I know that
Yeah.
he loves Malik, and I know that he wants to get Malik back to 100%, but I
Hmm.
also don't think that he's ever ran an offense that he had a supreme receiver.
Right. I get what you're saying. Yep.
So, him having Isaiah Likely here, I think the tight ends are gonna get a lot more work going forward, and
Hmm.
so it's not a rush to have Malik back because he wasn't gonna
Hmm.
be like a major focal point
Of the
in getting
offense.
the ball down the field, yeah, and
Hmm.
it's like,
I mean,
I
and
know
Jackson Dart
nobody
showed he can do it without him.
wants to hear that, but I think, like, that's the direction it's flowing. We're gonna run the ball, we're gonna hit the tight ends on some seams that people are not expecting. There's gonna be some
Right.
play actions. Of course, we want Malik out there because we want the receiver that nobody can stick, and then Dart's gonna
Hmm.
ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's a double team person.
But I do think that the offense is not going to be he's not getting that day ball offense to where Malik is getting the ball 15 times a game. Not happening.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. Like,
Hmm.
we might see that from, Tate, and
Yeah.
on the Titans because because Dayball's gonna do that. That's what he did for League
Right.
first year. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see Harbaugh, like, and Nagy and Roman and all of them. I don't see them giving Malik, 15 catches a game.
Hmm.
And then we're talking about
Yeah.
all these
No.
receivers we got. Like, I don't. It's gonna be
I.
the offense is gonna be interesting, and we're gonna need big bodies that are gonna block. So JuJu, as you were saying, JuJu might be more of a roster lock than Odell in that aspect because of the fact that we're gonna need receivers that are gonna be out there blocking more consistent
Hmm.
than they are
Yeah. And he.
running routes and things like that. Because I think the tight ends are gonna get a lot of rotation going forward.
Hmm. And I'm glad Theo has been showing up in OTAs, and Dart has showing that love for him, the giving him the passes and things like that, and let Isaiah Likely pretty much be like a big slot, and let Theo be that primary tight end. You know what I'm saying? So as far as having packages against the defense, where the defense has to have a linebacker on Isaiah Likely and a linebacker on Theo, where they can still beat them as far as route running. And then if they put DBs on them, now we can go to a run game where now they're blocking the crap out of them. So it's going to be good for Greg Roman and Matt Nagy to create this offense around the offensive weapons that we have.
Yeah.
So, you
It's
know,
gonna be good to see, man.
it's just upsetting that we actually have these injuries. Um, and I hope Malik Neighbors, you know, he comes back with in a good amount of time to help Dart, but Dart hasn't really had him pretty much at all. So one game, and it was
Don't
like
rush him
one
don't rush him
quarter.
back. Don't rush him back.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
So
if he's not
let
healthy,
him get that.
don't rush him back.
Yeah, let him get that those reps with Malachi Fields. He's the young, healthy receiver, the big body guy. Hopefully, that can be a safety blanket for him. So, in the next upcoming years that they build a good rapport, him, Theo Johnson. I'm just looking at the future of this team, these younger guys that are going to be here for a longer time. Like Odell's not going to be here for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
33. And yeah, I don't see. Yeah, maybe he gets on the roster again next year. Based off of just veteran presence and being there to help the guys. But 4 or 5 years later, I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Players are playing until they're a lot older, as long as you stay healthy. But if another injury happens, then
It's a
it's like,
it's a wrap.
yeah, that's it. That's it. It's a
And,
wrap. Yeah.
but I'm glad he'll be able to retire as a Giant though. At that point,
Exactly. That's amazing. That's amazing.
that's like little kid in the candy shop for me. Like I'm just happy.
Hmm.
I'll be happy to see him in the jersey again. Hopefully he can get. There's no issues with him getting his number back. But
There ain't gonna be no issues, bro. Hyatt. Soon as he got signed, bro, Hyatt started. He got that look on his face, like,
no,
dang, bro,
yeah,
dang, y'all. It was
they
nice having 13 while it
should
lasted.
have never let him get it in the first place. But
For
hey,
real.
that's not my decision. But what you got? What you got for us on this roll call, man? Transition to the roll call for this week.
Okay, roll call. I got a good question for us. Who do we think is going to have the biggest impact for these free agent signings? Will it be Odell Beckham Jr.? Will it be Braxton Berrios? Will it be JuJu Smith-Schuster? Because, I mean, some people give us a little bit more value here. Some people get us a little bit more value there. But just wondering, who do y'all think is going to have the biggest impact on this team? And it doesn't necessarily mean in the media.
Yeah,
I mean, literally on the team for the quarterback, offense, defense, special teams.
locker room. I want to know all of
Yeah,
it. What you think they're really gonna do? What kind of impact they're gonna have? Are they gonna help us win? Are we going back to the big game?
mm-hmm. Ooh,
Let us know.
shoot.
Look,
I mean, we were just a 4-win team last year, man. Let's make
hey,
playoffs.
look.
Let's make playoffs, bro.
Nobody in the world made it to the Super Bowl without being a little delusional. So you gotta go into it knowing that look, nobody on the Giants team was waking up looking at their schedule and saying, "We're gonna lose this game, we're gonna lose this game, or we're gonna lose this game."
Right.
They thinking they're gonna
Mm,
go on 18-0, and I'm with them. We
all right.
rocking.
I know that's
And if
right.
we
There
lose,
you
then we
go.
lose. But every game I tune into and every game you see us on the screen, you gonna know we're
Hmm.
expecting to win, and that's what we going
There you
for.
go.
But let us know
There you
who
go.
who out of them free agents that we just signed, who is gonna help us get down that road that we talking about. Let us
There you
know in the
go.
comments, man. We appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate you guys riding with us. We appreciate you guys listening, liking, commenting, and letting us know how you feel. But this is from the Giants fans. This is a new era. This is the standard.
Yes, sir. Peace. Knicks 2-0.
Oh man, look, before we bounce, I don't have it in the room, but I think we bringing them brooms out.
Yes, sir.
Bringing them brooms.
How we smoke them both at home,
Hey,
dog?
two more in New York,
That's
brother.
crazy,
We ain't
yo.
going back to San Antonio. We ain't going back.
Mm-mm. They g Yo, we get woo! They're gonna have the
Well,
confetti in Madison Square Garden, yo.
it's about to be
Confetti
dropping
coming
trees out
down.
there, bro.
Stop playing.
Bet the North National Guards, they're gonna need everybody out there. It's about to be crazy in New York.
Yo, crazy. They literally just sent out a statement saying everybody in New York gets to the game 2 hours early. We're gonna have TSA type check-in, no bags, no
Oh,
wilding. because they know how
Trump,
crazy.
Trump is coming to game 3, so that's why they sent that notice out. The Trump is gonna be there, so it's gonna be like
Yeah,
they
it's
gonna
gonna be
do their own
crazy,
thing.
bro.
So I hope we don't mess up nothing, so that we messing up our momentum, man. Ain't nobody care about Trump.
I know, right?
Oh, let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's.
I bet you ain't nobody gonna run up to the because there was a fan that ran up to the court
Oh yeah,
and
that ain't gonna
game.
happen that day.
Yeah, nah, it ain't gonna happen. He gonna get put
Yeah,
down,
that'll be the last
put
time you have to
down.
leave your seat in a public venue. I promise you that.
Yeah,
Hey,
for real. You gonna be careful. Better be careful. You gonna see a red dot on your head. Stop playing.
yeah,
For
don't play
real.
the game. But again, we
But
appreciate
yeah,
you guys. Y'all have a good week. We'll be back next week. We'll be back quick, soon, and back on it. New York Giants,
yes,
let's
sir.
go.
Big Blue Reborn.